मार्क एंटनी तो एक नया वाला सब्जेक्ट है. In my 32 films, I've never done a dual role, father
Hmm.
and son, and it's a sci-fi genre time travel film.
Who would you want to meet that's not with us right now?
भगत सिंह मुझे जरूर मिलना. I definitely would have joined him, or I would have definitely stopped the hanging of Bhagat Singh.
Your film also coincides with Chandramukhi 2 that is releasing on the same date.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts about it?
it's nice to be in competition. May the best film win. We
Hmm.
always look forward to other films also. My heartiest congratulations and best wishes to that team.
Recently, national award पर भी आपने अपने विचार व्यक्त किए थे. You had something to say about it. Would you like to tell us? Would you like to tell the audience watching us on Bollywood Hungama?
I don't
Hmm.
believe in that particular sector of people deciding on the entire country's opinion. It's not. I don't buy that. I don't believe in awards.
On Bollywood Hungama, my name is Urmin. Guys, आज हमारे साथ एक actor, producer, director, singer, well, एक all-rounder है. Please welcome Vishal Krishna Reddy. How are you doing, Vishal?
Hi everyone. Hi. How are you?
Very well, and congratulations for doing such wonderful work in the industry. और अब
Thank you.
हाल ही में एक there's a new science fiction comedy drama that's coming. We'd like to
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
into this subject. Tell us all about Mark Anthony.
मार्क एंटनी तो एक नया वाला सब्जेक्ट है. Like in my 32 films, I've never done a dual role, father
Hmm.
and son, and it's a sci-fi genre time travel film, which
Hmm.
generally comes once in 5 years, or it's not a regular feature in the genre.
Yeah.
Uh, so after 32 films, this film was like the reason why I wanted to do this film was a lot of challenges as an actor, and the screenplay was very quirky. The father belongs to the 75s. He's
Hmm.
a gangster, Anthony, and Mark is the son, who's a mechanic in the 90s. So it's like the father and son come together. They connect together through a device,
Hmm.
a time travel device. So that's the crux of the film, and it was a very out of the box screenplay and a lot of challenges. In fact, there are 9 fight sequences, and the way he narrated the script, I felt even not just 2023 September 22nd or 15th. I mean 15th, it's releasing in all South languages, and 22nd the Hindi version. But I felt after 10 years also, I'll be like really proud to show my resume that Mark Anthony is one of the films which I worked in. Like I'll be proud to say that.
I'm sure that playing a father and a son, ये dual characters जो है, it might have been quite challenging for you. What did you enjoy more? Which
Yeah,
character did you enjoy more?
true. True. The first part that hit me was the prosthetic makeup and the wig and everything, because everything was wig. Every day was wig, and the humidity conditions in during work. So like I had to wear lens for more than 8 hours, and the wig and everything. Yeah, the father character is someone who plays a gangster, so he's got a
Hmm.
different body language, and I love the R&D work that went into the costumes, because it was all Salwa Kameez material for his
Okay.
dhoti and the kurta he wore. It was a
Mm-hmm.
completely rigid body language. The son is a completely timid body language. 90s. He
Hmm.
doesn't know how to fight. He's a mechanic, and like is a very timid characterization. So like during shoot, it was more of a challenge. Like one day playing the father, the next day playing the son. So I called up the director Adik and said, Adik, just finish the father's portion first, and then let's go to the son, because I'll become a split personality at the end of the film. Doing two different things. He said, I can't help it, because everything is on a set, because we
Yeah.
can't do out of Chennai.
Right.
Everything has
Right.
to be on a set.
Hmm.
So both of you come in that particular set. So there's no choice. Sometimes half day father, half day son. So
Oh.
I just adapted. I had to adapt myself to
So I can
both the
only
bodies.
imagine that. I can only imagine that in the morning you must be getting the script and you'll be like, आज क्या बनना है? बाप बनना है, बेटा बनना है.
या मुझे तो पहले बताए तो I'll be ready. लेकिन उस दिन एक ही दिन था. तीन तीन चेंजेस था. सुबह 9 बजे और रात 9 बजे तक चला था शूटिंग. तीन look था, तीन बॉडी लैंग्वेज। मैंने देखा डायरेक्टर को देखा, खास दोस्त है। मैंने बताया कि कैसे कर सकते हैं तू, एक एक तो चलेगा, दो चलेगा, तीन कैसे चलेगा? पूरा बॉडी माइंड सभी ड्रेन हो जा रहे हैं, बट यू कांट हेल्प इट। इट वाज नाइस, आई
Perfect.
लव द चैलेंज, and it's got a lot of surprises in the film. I think tomorrow, like September 6th, theatrical trailer of Hindi is out. The Tamil and Telugu version has hit the roof once it released. I'm really happy it released on 3rd. It's getting a very very good response. So it's nice. Not just me, even SJ Surya, the other co-actor, is also doing a dual role, the father and son. And we're getting a very very big iconic figure again restored back on screen. That's again a big surprise for the audiences. And yeah, I love the unveiling of surprises. Every reel there's a surprise. So for me,
Yeah.
100 days of shoot, 98 days we shot in night. Only 2 days we shot daytime. So the body clock, it was really nice. Every day we had something in the way of speaking or the scenes format or everything. It was really nice. I haven't done that before ever in my career.
But I believe that there was also an injury that occurred during the
Oh
making
yeah,
of this film.
injury and me go hand in hand every film. Already 109 stitches, so I'm immune to pain. So
What
this
inspires
one
you,
I had.
Vishal? I'd love to know what inspires you to get up and still start going back to work, shooting, because it's definitely a tough job.
Yeah, I've been asked this by even the stunt choreographer. I mean, I've had the worst of the injuries, and yeah, it's like I don't know. I think when I go to the theater and watch my favorite actor or my films, for that matter, secondary, I see these people's like the audience, like when they clap and whistle for a particular stunt sequence, that gives me an adrenaline rush. It feels like, okay, next time I should see. I feel ashamed after seeing Tom Cruise's stunt sequence. I feel ashamed to say that, like I've taken a risk. The risk that he's taken is something like unimaginable. You must have seen Mission Impossible. There was one stunt in the previous film where I had to fall from the fourth floor. I've never seen my dupe in the last 19 years. That guy, like, he wears my same dress. I tell him, go sleep, eat well, and sleep. You have no work. So at one point of time, he started bloating up. So I said, like, don't use him even for a small shot because he's not Vishal. So I told him to go to the gym and work out and get back to shape. I've never used my double. I love to do my stunts by myself. There was one sequence where I had to jump from the fourth floor, but मुझे पता नहीं चला क्या कितना दूर है, like when I saw that, I freaked out because I have this problem of heights. So then I said, okay, fine, let me do it. But I got injured, and I was sent to Kerala for the hip injury. This particular movie, I had my tailbone bent in one particular sequence. I said I'm not going to the hospital, but I got my therapist, like that ancient therapist, like the Varma therapist. So he said it's going to pain, sir. I have to do it with my finger because you don't want to go take a scan. Also, I said I don't care. Just do it, whatever it takes. So he got it back in. I think the whole hotel, including the owner, would have heard my voice when he did that. And then there was one sequence, almost near death sequence. I almost went to hell and back. Definitely, God won't take me to heaven for sure. So
Yeah, in fact, I was going to ask you this, that, you, in an interview I'd read that you also had an out of body experience, and do you want to share that with us?
That was crazy. That was during a particular sequence which included a deity, a god statue, which is there in every village down south, in all like AP, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu, which they consider him as the bodyguard of the village. So we had the statue in the backdrop, and we had like almost 500 artists, junior artists, and we had like 40 dancers and 40 fighters. So it's a rare sequence where there's a fight happening, and then at the same time, in during the song, where the dancers also are possessed. So we had this statue. The painter who went to paint his face fell off, so the face wasn't fully made. That was one sign. And then when we landed up on the set on the first time, it started raining. It got cancelled. Second time around, it rained. Then the third time around, I called the manager and said, "Listen, it's raining again. Have you done the rituals to the god? Because you're utilizing him you can't utilize him as a prop." He said, "No." I said, "Listen, go do it. You have to keep a cigar, arak, like liquor and meat." So the minute he did the puja and everything, the rain stopped and we continued shoot. And then on the fifth day, when I got out of my caravan after the dinner break, it was night shoot. I see my assistant showing me like strands of hair, and I asked him, "What is it?" He said, "I found strands of hair in my food, sir." I just walked. I was not composed. I was ready to continue the shot. I just said, "1 second, just call the mess guy." I remember telling him, like, "Are you giving only actors good food and the rest of them like different food? Are you giving the same food?" That's all I remember. Next 5 minutes, I blacked out. Up the fifth minute later, one hand the director held me, the other hand Dilip Subrayan, the stunt choreographer, held me, and they shook me. They shook me, and I came back to my senses, and I said, like, "What happened?" My eyes were red. I had a severe headache. And I looked back, the dancers were scared. I looked around, everyone were like in shell shock. I asked what happened. They said nothing. My director said nothing, and I just come back to shoot. I will tell you later. I said, please tell me because no. He said nothing, no problem. Just come back. Let's go back to shoot. Just forget it. Because then, I could see one guy running away, and I continued to shoot. And I kept asking them time and again. They didn't tell me. After pack up, the director came up to me and said, I asked him, at least now you tell me like what happened. What happened during that 5 minutes? Because I blanked out. I need to know. He said, Anna, you were not yourself. Let me be honest with you. I'll just tell you, we couldn't comprehend the language you used. You were in into two speed. Like in WhatsApp, how you see into two, into 1.5, like that. And the galias you gave, and your eyes were red, your voice was not your voice. You were a completely different person. And hadn't we interfered, you would have definitely hit that guy. And the way you spoke and the way you behaved was not you at all. So I said, "What? Elaborate on that." They said, "That's enough to know. Let's go." So we packed up and we went. So then after that, when I went to temples and when I see like kids and ladies like getting, like possessed, I can relate to that. Like before, like after the incident, before the incident, I used to look at them like in awe. Like, is it real or is it like staged? Or but after this incident, I really felt it. Okay, fine, yeah. Even a 9-year-old girl or a 50-year-old woman, when they're possessed, I feel that it's the same thing that happened to me. It was because you can't play around with God as a prop in your film. You need to be rest assured that you have to give him that respect and go ahead. So that one thing I don't remember what happened that 5 minutes. They just told me a gist of it. That's it.
Wow. And this is coming from the people around you, so that must have come as a shock also. On a lighter note, coming back to this film and to the subject, कि एक phone call say you can manage to get into the past. Time travel hota hai, and there are a lot of things that happen. I have a question for you, that if you could travel back in time, tell us, who would you want to meet that's not with us right now?
Bhagat Singh. मुझे जरूर मिलना था Bhagat Singh. I definitely would have joined him, or I would have definitely stopped the hanging of Bhagat Singh and the other two freedom fighters. Yeah, definitely. That's on my card. Like if I really had to go back to that period, I would have definitely wanted to meet that person specifically. And that's the best part. Like if we had a time machine of that sort, it will create ruckus. We can use it in a very for a good way and for a bad way. That's the film all about. That's the film all about. So the time travel machine, how it creates so much inconvenience, ruckus, and that was the element of surprise for me in the screenplay, and I loved it. Going back to
if you could time travel which is the one film that you would like to go back and shoot again for whatever reason?
My second film, Sanakoli,
Okay.
which may actually gave me the tag, the action hero is here.
Yeah.
He's arrived. I'd love
Hmm.
to relive that moments where I don't think this Vishal can relate to that Vishal. That Vishal was like, okay, I have a lovely script. I know that this film is worth 10 films. Like I waited for 1 year break. Everyone said like, you're mad. Your first film is a hit and you should do a couple of films. I said, no, I will wait for this film to roll and it's worth doing 10 films. It's equal to 10 films. So I'll go back to that time and I'd relive those lovely moments.
Okay. If you could go back in time, tell us about a film that you wouldn't want to sign.
Film which I wouldn't want to see, I would say, but not me. My films. See, every film ही हमको लगता है ना थर्सडे तक ये हमने एक अच्छा फिल्म किया है, बट फ्राइडे देखने वाले ऑडियंस को रेस्पॉन्स मिलेगा ना, वही तो we have to look into it. So for me, I don't have any regrets of any film. Go back and change or something. Maybe change the heroines something. Yeah.
Who are we talking about specifically?
No, that. See, due respect to all of them, they all also have careers. I can't pinpoint and spoil it. It's just that it could have been someone else. Some movies, but movies as such, no regrets.
Yeah. Okay, Vishal, I'd like to ask you that how important, according to you, is an actor's entry in a film? Because उससे बहुत ध्यान दिया जाता है every time a film comes out.
किसको ध्यान देना है? किसको ध्यान देना है? Sorry.
Actor's entry in a film. The entry scene of an actor. How important for you is that?
बिल्कुल हमने जो भी प्रमोशन कर रहे हैं ना, इसी के वजह से ऑडियंस आ रहे हैं थिएटर पहले शो या दूसरे वाले शो. So when they want to watch the actor, the first time he's introduced, even in this film, the father or the son and everything, it's a moment for not just the fans but the general audience also. They are prepared to see this particular actor's film. So how is he going to be presented in the first scene? That is a very important writing knowledge of every writer or director.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is very important. You just can't just land up and say hi and go ahead with the film. That particular scene should be very promising. Of late, that's been given a lot of importance, especially mass entertainers.
Okay, that's very well said. Your film also coincides with Chandramukhi 2 that is releasing on the same date.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about it?
Today we don't. It's good to run. If there is a 100-meter race, I don't think I'll watch only Usain Bolt running. I'd love to see others running with Usain Bolt and Usain Bolt winning. There are like 8 tracks. मेरा वाला track है और दूसरा वाला track भी है. So we don't. It's nice to be in competition. May the best film win. We always look forward to other films also, because in these days you don't. It's very rare to have one film on that particular day to release. There's always like other films also coming. So my heartiest congratulations and best wishes to that team. And definitely the audience is the best deciding authority which film is going to win.
Recently, National Award पर भी आपने अपने विचार व्यक्त किए थे. You had something to say about it. Would you like to tell us? Would you like to tell the audience watching us on Bollywood Hungama?
मेरे लिए एक ही शक है, like मुझे विश्वास नहीं है awards, not just national awards basically, like award is तो वो देख रहे हैं ना हमको सिनेमा हॉल्स में, वही है award, like the actual award हमको मिलने वाला. People like four people committee or 8 people committee or 12 people committee deciding on the nominations that this person is the best actor for the year. I don't believe in that. Like you want to see the plastic, Vishal. Like I actually avoid functions. I never go for cinema functions or award functions. But by chance, if I'm pulled into a function, you will see the plastic Vishal, the other side of Vishal. So I'll be smiling, I'll take the award and I'll give it to my assistant. I'll tell him like, if it is not, if they say like this is like a very special award, like gold award or something, I'll tell him like, if you want to sell it or just check if it's roll gold or gold. I don't know, but I'm not taking it home. You take it if you want and keep it with yourself. I mean, in due respect with the to each and every award ceremony. I don't believe in that particular sector of people deciding on the entire country's opinion. It's not. I don't buy that. I don't believe in awards.
All right. Today we are all in a space where we are accepting all kinds of cinema. I think thanks to OTT, international cinema is also accepted, but Indian cinema in itself has so much to showcase. Whether it is Tollywood, Collywood, everywhere around. What do you feel about films going pan India? Also, do you feel that you might want to also make a debut in the Hindi film industry?
No, there were opportunities, but for me, like I'd rather hit a six in my home ground, a sixer.
Lovely.
See, I don't want to get see Pan India is a face. I don't want to get caught in the web. For me, first, content is very important. First, let me concentrate on home ground, and then I decide like, okay, see, language is no barrier.
Yeah.
Today, content, any actor who's acting in it is watched because the film is good, not because the actor is good. Actor is good because the film is good. So first, the film has to be good.
Yeah.
So today we see Kantara or KGF or Kartikeya 2 or Bahubali or Triple R. All of them have made it big because of the content.
Yeah.
How much ever I promote my film, at the end of the day, it's the film that has to be spoken about. It has to speak for itself. So for me, I don't keep the tag Pan India and then choose film. It has to go organically into different languages. So Mark Antony also, because of the genre, the concept, the screenplay, we decided, okay, let's have a Hindi theatrical release also, like a deferred release on 22nd. September 15th is South Indian language release. Only because of the fact that everywhere people who have been watching in OTT platforms and in Sony Max and Star Gold, especially like I would want them to come to theater and have a theatrical experience, a nice cinematic experience in theaters. That's the only thing. So I don't choose scripts for Pan India.
Lovely. I am very, very interested in the film because I think the concept in itself is very exciting. कि आप टाइम ट्रैवल करके अगर अपने फादर से मिलकर मतलब आई थिंक अभी भी अगर मैं सोचूं that I can just like I can speak to my dad, I can call him up anytime, right? But there are times where you look back at your childhood and there are some memories that flash, and if you could go back and either erase it or speak to your parent about it, that would be very exciting. What do you feel?
I think my mark sheet, every time I fake my mark sheet, I go to the Xerox shop and get a fake mark sheet and get their signature. That is the most difficult thing. And once I got caught, they found out because before I showed it, the actual mark sheet reached them from the principal. And I was reprimanded for that. Lots of things. My first porn film, which I watched, I got caught with my dad. He had the cassette.
How did he react? How did he react to it?
Nothing. He just kept the cassette there. He was looking at me. That's it. He didn't speak, which was so bad. At least Galia diya to okay, fine. I can understand his anger. He was just holding the cassette like this and like he was looking at me. So and he put it there and he walked off. And I looked at him. I looked at the cassette. Okay, now do I take it or because I have to return it back to the shop? That's one more thing.
So your options were: should I take it to the shop? Should I watch the entire film?
No, I finished watching. That was the time to give it. That's the best part. So if I had to watch it, definitely I wouldn't have watched it. I'll go to my friend's house and watch it. But that was my first experience, first porn film. That's the best part. That's not the 10th one or the 15th one. The first time I'm watching it. So
Oh,
when I went, I took the cassette because मेरे पास पैसे नहीं था. Like if I don't give the cassette, he's gonna come to my house and make it even more larger. The issue. Tell my dad that this guy took a pawn film from me and he's not returned it back. So I took it, went and
oh
returned
God,
it back.
it's
And then
complicated.
I came back. I sat in dinner. He was there. He was silent,
Mm,
normal. He didn't speak about it,
yeah.
and that made me more guilty. And I was very, very, wary of that after that. Like, and that's one thing which I
Amazing.
think would love to erase.
I think I love the fact that this is what we're going to take from this interview just towards the end. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for being such a
Thank you,
sport, and I wish you all the very best.
thank you so much.